But first to the breaking news in the Iran war. It's just gone 11 a.m. local time, and there are major developments in Operation Epic Fury. Kurds are preparing to launch an invasion in Iran from Iraq. America has sunk an Iranian ship in international waters. Iran has continued to attack Gulf countries, firing a missile at Turkey. Israel has destroyed a secret underground nuclear facility. The United States has killed the leader of an Iranian unit that tried to assassinate Trump. And here's how the president has rated the operation so far.
We're doing very well on the war front, to put it mildly, I would say. Somebody said, on a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15.
So an American submarine hit an Iranian warship in the Indian Ocean near Sri Lanka. In total, 17, perhaps that's more now, 17 Iranian vessels have been destroyed. And US Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said America's goal was to sink the entire Iranian Navy.
The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II. Like in that war, back when we were still the War Department, we are fighting to win.
The ship was in international waters, and the Iranians would have presumed it was in safe territory. The ship sent a distress signal at dawn, which Sri Lanka responded to, and they rescued about 80 of the 180 crew. When the rescue mission arrived, there was no sign of the Iranian warship. It had already sunk. Now, this shows how the war is expanding geographically beyond the Middle East. Iran also fired a missile at Turkey in a first, but it was shot down. So this now takes it to 10 Muslim nations that Iran has targeted with missile and drone attacks. It includes Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Iraq, Oman, Syria and Jordan. And I mentioned already Turkey. And some of these powerful Middle East allies have now come out to criticise the weak British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Starmer's refusal to allow the Americans and Israelis to use British bases during the war led to this quip from President Trump.
It would have been much more convenient landing there as opposed to flying many extra hours. So we are very surprised. This is not Winston Churchill that we're dealing with.
And now Bahrain, the UAE and Cyprus are calling out Starmer, as the Times reports. But the United States and Israel are doing just fine without their old ally Britain. And Hegseth said that within a week, he predicts America and Israel will have total control over the Iranian skies.
We will fly all day, all night, day and night, finding, fixing, and finishing the missiles and defense industrial base of the Iranian military, finding and fixing their leaders and their military leaders. Iranian leaders looking up and seeing only U.S. and Israeli air power every minute of every day until we decide it's over.
And an Israeli F-35 jet shot down an Iranian jet. It's the first time in 40 years that Israel has engaged in air-to-air combat. And on this note, there are about 30 female aircrew, including pilots and navigators, who are going into battle for the IDF in the skies over Iran. And it paints a huge contrast. Iranian women are not allowed to leave the house without a veil covering. They're subject to cruel punishment by Iran's morality police. But in Israel, the women are fighting, defending their country in the very same tough jobs that men do. While America and Israel are fighting from afar, from the air, thousands of Kurdish forces based in Iraq are reportedly preparing to launch a ground offensive into Iran. The CIA is backing them, according to Reuters and the New York Times. But precisely what support is being provided, whether it's arms or funding, we don't know. And the White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, has said that reports that Trump was supporting the Kurds were totally false.
He did speak to Kurdish leaders with respect to our base that we have in northern Iraq. But as for any report suggesting that the president has agreed to any such plan is completely false and should not be written.
And the question of succession for the Iranian regime is still incredibly important, both for Iranians and for global security.